Welcome to the Swinburne Professional Staff Podcast with Kristy and Nic, made by professional staff for all Swinburne staff. Hello, I'm Kristy Horn and one half of your podcasting duo, and it's great to be with you again. Before we jump into this exciting episode and introduce our VIP guests, I would like to introduce to the mic my dear co-host and the all-round brilliant Nicola Howard. Hello, Nicola.
Hey, Kristy, and hello to our listeners. It's great to be here, and I'm very excited for this upcoming episode of the pod. We have something very special for everyone today.
Yeah, we certainly do. The Swinburne Professional Staff Podcast with Kristy and Nic is created by professional staff for all Swinburne staff. And we're always looking to feature voices from across the university, including colleagues from all campuses, including Swinburne Sarawak. So this episode has been 12 months or more in the making, and today it's fair to say we are very happy to welcome our first ever international guests to the podcast. You can probably hear it in my voice. I'm actually really excited. I've got the giggles too. Sorry, try and keep it together, Kristy. So today we are thrilled to have Professor Sim Kwan Yong, or Professor Sim, who is the Deputy Pro-Vice-Chancellor Academic, and Caroline Hon, the Director Administration from our Sarawak campus, joining us today. And Swinburne Sarawak is celebrating 25 years this year. So we're delighted to welcome Professor Sim and Carol to the mic.
Hello everyone.
Thank you. Greetings from the beautiful city of Kuching in Sarawak.
Fantastic.
Everyone's so smiley. It's so nice to see everyone so smiley. I know it's something, I know we were just talking about something different. We're doing the pod today. Like you said, we've done this for 12 months, talked and had lots of conversations, and it's so good to get this. The energy is really good. So welcome, everybody.
Thank you, Nicola, and thank you, Kristy. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for the warm welcome.
You're very, very welcome. So as we alluded to in the introduction, Swinburne Sarawak is celebrating its 25th milestone anniversary this year, which is so wonderful. But what makes it even more special is that both of you have been at Swinburne Sarawak for the full 25 years.
Yeah, I think that reveals our age a bit, but yeah, everyone is very excited about the celebration here in Kuching.
I've seen many big photos that have been coming on LinkedIn. I've been seeing lots of group shots. So it looks like you've already started having a lot of fun with the celebration. So I can't wait to hear some of the stories that you've got and you'll be sharing with us.
That's great. So to kick off our conversation today, guys, we'd love to get to know you a little bit better. So perhaps you can tell us about your role at Swinburne Sarawak, and perhaps we'll start with you, Sim.
Yeah, I'm currently the Deputy Pro-Vice-Chancellor Academic in Swinburne Sarawak. I think started this role about 1.5 years ago.
How about yourself, Carol?
As mentioned, I've been with Swinburne for 25 years, but I started as a finance and admin manager back in March 2000. So over the years, the role evolved, and now I'm the Director Administration for the last 20 years, actually. So I cover areas such as the building facility, the IT, library, as well as the policy planning and quality part of it. So it has been quite interesting and amazing journey, and definitely an unforgettable experience.
So in the beginning, what was the thing that really drew you to starting that Swinburne Sarawak journey?
Actually, it started quite interestingly. When I first applied for the job, when it was advertised, it doesn't reveal that it's Swinburne. Yeah, so it was 5 years with the audit firm. So I thought that it's time to move on to something different. So, but lo and behold, I found out that it was Swinburne during the when they called me for an interview, and coincidentally, back then my brother-in-law studied at Swinburne Institute of Technology. It wasn't a university back then. Yeah, and I myself is quite familiar with Melbourne because my sister lives there, and I did my year 11, 12 in Melbourne as well. So it's not a stranger to me at all. So hence, that's how the story started.
And what does it mean to you to be part of the university's journey from the early days to today?
A lot of challenges right from the beginning. We had very few students, very few staff. My day one when I entered the premise, we didn't have an office. We had a temporary place, basically like a garden shed. We occupy. It's true.
I can
The
just see
gardener
it now.
sat downstairs, and we sat, and our office was just on the upper floor. So only Professor Ken Haskin, our first DVC back then, he is the only one that have an office. We had one toilet to share among, I think, probably 6 or 7 of us. Yeah.
Wow.
So the first day when I walked in, there were this lady by the computer. There were piles and piles of application on the floor, a small mountain of applications on the floor. Yeah. And later on, I found out that that lady actually is Professor Ken Haskin's wife, Sue Haskin. She wasn't an employee. She was brought in by Ken to help. So that's how hands-on all of us were. So it was quite an interesting memory for me on my first day at work.
I absolutely love that. It is so funny, Carol.
Mm.
And to you, Sim, it must be lovely to hear of these stories and also see the celebration of 25 years. You can feel proud for those people that have been here for such a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when I first joined, I think we have that was at the end of year 2000. I think the campus itself has grown a little bit. I think we occupied 3 floors of the building. I have an office to sit, and at that time, I think I was thinking when at that time I completed my postgraduate study, and I was contemplating between working in the industry or starting my career as in the academia, which is my aspiration. But I found that there was an opportunity at that time that a new Australian branch campus is opening up in Kuching. And I thought this is a rare opportunity. And the fact that Swinburne is a very industry-focused university also attracted me to apply for a position here. So as I said, the rest are history.
I'm just kind of jumping around a bit with the questions. Nic, before you ask your next one, I forgot to ask this question. You're both known as pioneers of Swinburne Sarawak. I love that term, pioneers. What does that title mean to you both?
Oh, well, makes me feel very old, yeah? But I think Sim and I have seen a lot of things, the good and the bad, yeah? I think that, and I think it makes all of us a little more resilient and appreciative of a lot of things. And I believe that the legacy that we built as well, that I think we are proud that we are able to contribute to the building of Swinburne International Campus here in Malaysia, and how we have seen it grown from strength to strength every year, especially post-COVID.
Oh, of course, things have just changed forever, haven't they?
Yeah, I think for me, when I reflected on that, I didn't think that I joined as a pioneer in the first place, but now looking back.
You can put that on your CV.
Yeah, I didn't expect you would stay that long, yeah?
Yeah. You can.
But I think, as Carol said, that we have certainly gone through a lot of changes throughout the years. But I think that is also the most inspirational part of our career at Swinburne. Now, when I reflect about this, I think it's a very rare opportunity to build an institution along with great people around us. We have so many colleagues, that joined Swinburne, left Swinburne, and they all have a very significant influence on the institution, and we have very good experience working with different sort of people. I think for me, even though it's the pioneer for 25 years or so, but every single day we are meeting new students. Every year we are meeting new people, new colleagues. I think that's, for me, is what kept me going for so many years.
And
Well
it's
said, well
interesting.
said.
Yeah, it's interesting when you said, people have come and they've gone. I don't know whether you have the same, but here we tend to have people come back a lot as well. And so I just met with someone this morning who used to be here for a number of years, and 2.5 years ago went off and pursued a different opportunity, and then they're back for a short period now. And just we said, what's made you come back? And it's like, it's the Swinburne purpose. It's, they see it every day, and it's the passion of the people. Is that a similar feeling that you have there in Malaysia as well, at Sarawak, that you find that's why the people, what keeps people like yourself there for 25 years, but also maybe colleagues coming back?
We do have some colleagues that have returned back to us, but as well as we have colleagues whereby they were initially our student, and they become our colleagues. So I thought that was quite interesting as well. Kuching, though, is a small city, but it has many diversity of people. So we try to be inclusive as well in different background, different upbringing, different nationality, different races as well. So I think that that's where Swinburne is quite unique in that sense, not just its staff, but its students as well.
I love that, Carol. It's like that full circle, teaching students and then them coming back to be your colleagues. That is really lovely. And again, would make you feel really old too. You know what I mean?
Yes, but we are very happy that, we hope that it has made some impact on their lives, and that when they study here, well, it is a testament that they are happy with the outcome of their education that they have received here, and they have gone on to become our staff and also reach the professorial level as well.
Yeah, personally, I think that is also very inspirational because we do see that our former colleagues being very successful in different careers, and we also see that our alumni have great achievement in different field of work, and I think that is the most important achievement that or contribution that we can make to the community around the university.
Absolutely. And I think that comes across when we see students who are travelling from Malaysia to Hawthorn, for example, when they come and do their study at Hawthorn campus and then go back, and just that experience that they have that enriches their Swinburne experience, and and so they get a taste of like you were talking about, Carol, you were very aware during your year 11 and 12. And so in Melbourne, so it's the same sort of experience that the students who come from Malaysia and come to Hawthorn, and hopefully they're great experiences that they come back and share with their peers and with you as well as staff. We touched a little bit, Carol, where you were talking about when you first started and what your role was, and then where you found yourself in your role in for the last 20 years. But I can imagine that the role, even though you've probably had the same title, that has evolved and changed over that time. And I think that's really important for the professional staff that are listening, is how you make your own opportunities. And, how your role has changed over the years and how you've made it your own. So did you want to maybe reflect on a little bit of that and share with people that are either, it doesn't matter if they're start of career, mid-career or end of career, how have you reflected on your journey?
Yes. Quite interestingly, I think that a lot of people also ask me, how do I keep myself motivated as well? Same title, 20 years, what do you do to keep things interesting and moving, So I think that lifelong learning and also looking for purpose as well. So in the last, I believe 7-8 years, I think that, when you look at understanding our business, understanding the competition as well. So I gave one example is also transforming our space. Yeah. So in the last 7 years, we together with our shareholders, which include Swinburne Melbourne and our local shareholder, and our directors as well, that we share the same vision of transforming our space to be more competitive, and as well as to bring the student experience level to become more memorable for them. Yeah. So hence, in the last 7 years, the shareholders invested about 50-60 million into transforming the space. And I think that you know about that. Last year, we finally completed the space, and we opened the grand opening back in June of last year. And Professor Pascal and also all the leaders came for the grand opening. So that was the highlight of it, and that is the true, I think, legacy for me personally as well. And that's what kept me going, because when we are able to deliver on the real outcome, and when you see students, staff, and our community actually enjoy the space and are using it for the true purpose that it's meant to be, and that is how the your personal satisfaction of being able to deliver on that promise to them, that's how keeps me going. And on top of that, I think that Sim and I did the Oxford learning last year. We had an opportunity whereby our university provided a 6 months program on the strategic management program with Oxford University as part of our lifelong learning opportunity. So there have been quite a good reflection for us on what is our leadership reflection, our strategy management like. So that is what keeps me going personally.
That's a great. Did you want to add to that, Sim?
Yeah, I think for me, I started as a lecturer at Swinburne Sarawak. So throughout the year, I think there are many opportunities for growth, for career progression. At times, opportunities are available. I was not ready, but at times, I think opportunities are available, and we are ready. I'm ready, so I take up the opportunity and the responsibility. But when I think back, I think the important thing that kept me going are opportunities for career progression, and also opportunities to work with different people. The easiest example I can talk about is that I have worked with about 7 direct supervisors throughout the 25 years, and changed
you've had
7 roles.
You've had to train a lot of people.
Yeah. So or could be and in about 7 different roles over the years. So for me personally, I think it is the opportunities for career progression and also the personal and professional growth that I've experienced.
That's wonderful, and I think that really helps from an academic and professional staff perspective to understand that. I think you mentioned there, you need to make sure you're ready for the opportunities when they arise, and to know that you are supported by your colleagues and your line managers and the institution itself. And that sense of purpose, I think, is so important. And you both really touched on that and gave great examples. Thank you.
Over the past 25 years, Sim and Carol, what are some of the biggest changes that you've seen on campus? You referred back to when you first started working in the garden shed in 2000. And along the way, there's been some changes, e.g. you explained about the grand opening last year. But what can you explain to some of us and give a bit of a sense to some of the people listening, what some of those changes have been at Sarawak campus in the growth?
Well, I mean, besides the physical, that time, we had to share the space with other external parties, government agencies in particular. So, so as the university grew, when we reached the 500 students milestone, the 1,000 student milestone, and we were granted international student recruitment license to recruit international students, when we received our first batch of students for study abroad from Europe, So those kind of things, when you see those changes happens, and when we got our university license back in 2005, all these are great milestone to remember. And when we are going to breach the this year we will breach the 4,000 mark in terms of our student numbers. And last year, I think we breached the 10,000 graduates for Swinburne Sarawak across all our programs. So I believe that those have been quite a significant highlight, and how the campus here physically grew. And when we first started, there were not many amenities surround the campus, actually. Like there were no shopping malls, there were no hospitals around. But now you can see that because of the growth of the campus, you see that the economic spin-off, private hospitals, mega malls are being built around us. And even the new autonomous transit system is going to be built just next to our campus, So there's a lot of similarities, just like, Glen Ferry Hawthorne campus, you have the station there. So we're going to have a station just next to us at our football field. So, and hopefully that, is in the pipeline that it's going to be called Swinburne Station, So that's amazing. How strong our identity is in Kuching itself. So I think that is one of the biggest pride for Swinburne in this region here.
Yeah, what do they say? Build it and they will come. So yes, I think
dream big.
That's right. Yes, that is amazing. Sim, what about you?
I concur with Carol on the the change in the campus, but I also want to say that the change in terms of people, because we have grown significantly in terms of student population and diversity of student as well. We think we have students from 60 over countries around the world on this small campus. I think that's wonderful. And I think we have also grown significantly in terms of staff profile, both in terms of academic staff and professional staff. So that's what I have experienced personally. I think we are very rich in culture, even though we are a small campus in Sarawak. And also that, I think, provide a international learning experience and working experience for our students and staff. And of course, for me and Carol personally.
Yeah, and I think that's probably something that people don't realise. And it's so great to hear that about that, the mix of students and the experiences and the amenities around campus. I think, if I ask 10 different people here at Hawthorne, what do you think Sarawak looks like, or how do you think the makeup of students, they probably wouldn't know how rich that is in the way that you've explained it. So this is great that we've been able to showcase that through the podcast. But what's maybe more personally, if you're having one of those days and you need to go for a bit of a walk and you have a think, or you might go on a bit of a walk with a colleague, where's your favourite spot on campus that you would normally go to? Do you have maybe a favourite walking track? Do you have a favourite cafe that you meet and talk to colleagues, or is there a special place where you disappear for a little while, not to give anything away because everyone will know if they listen to the podcast? But where's somewhere where you would say, yes, this is a favourite spot of mine on campus that I would go to re-energise?
I think for me, I think after the opening of the new spaces, normally now, in terms of generally, when we have visitors here, there is a standard route now, yeah, that we will normally bring people to the Borneo Atrium, and then after that, the new junction area, that is next to the new library. Then we will bring people across to the new food hall, and then the new student hub, and of course our student village. So these are the standard pathway or route or campus tour that our staff will usually share with our visitors now. And these constantly are all new spaces only. So that goes to show how proud I think our staff are in showing our visitors these new spaces. And I think that for a lot of visitors who have never seen us, when they come on campus, because externally it looks different, but when you enter, I think we provide some surprises. Okay, so to speak. So there are also little spaces for coffee around, different kiosks for coffee, and of course that I don't have any particular favorite spot, but I believe one of the spot that I love is the Borneo Atrium that has the natural lighting and the natural plants within the Borneo Atrium itself. So I'm not sure whether you have seen the Borneo Atrium itself. Probably you have through our social media platform.
Yep. Yep.
We haven't had the joy to come. We did try and see if we could get this podcast and we would fly over to you and do it in person, but that just didn't work out.
There's still time though, Nicola.
I know.
There's still time for a follow-up podcast in the atrium. Sarawak campus.
Many of my colleagues from the Education Innovation Exchange have been to the campus at Sarawak, and they always have a great time. And so I have to live through them. What about you, Sim? Do you have a secret spot where you go and disappear, or that's maybe not on the official tour?
It's not so much a secret spot. When I first started, we used to have an outdoor basketball court, and I used to play basketball over the weekend with colleagues. But I no longer play basketball nowadays, even though we have 2 indoor courts now.
Wow.
But in Malaysia, I think it's very safe to say that the favorite spot on campus is the food hall and the cafe whereby we can have good coffee. So that's what I do now.
That's good. That's a very Melbourne thing, isn't it? That's a very Melbourne thing to say. So we can definitely relate about the cafe culture. That's very clear there.
We have on campus here at Swinburne, you may very well know Gomez Coffee Cafe.
Yes.
And yes, so that is a favourite spot of mine, to go to Gomez Cafe. But every Tuesday, Nicola and I meet just across the street here in the park, and we do a walk around the park. We spend 20 minutes just having a catch up, talking about the podcast or whatever we're doing in our work, and that's our favourite spot on Hawthorn campus. We call it Hot Laps, and we do that on a Tuesday, and we invite anyone to come and join us, and it's a lovely way to kind of just get away from the screen, just get some fresh air and just stretch the legs as well, and have a bit of a face-to-face chat with our colleagues. It's really lovely. But yeah, the Sarawak campus sounds so fantastic. Okay, guys, as we celebrate 25 years, what excites you most about the future of Swinburne Sarawak? Sim?
Yeah, I think it's a great time for celebration, but also a time for us to reflect on what we have achieved and where we are heading. So just like in Hawthorn, I think there's very active discussion about our vision for the next 5 years. I think the 25th anniversary certainly provide us with a great platform and also opportunity to reflect and to plan ahead. So for me personally, that's what resonates for me. But other than that, I think it's also an opportunity for us to connect and reconnect with some of our stakeholders, especially alumni. So recently I was in Hawthorne, and I had the opportunity to catch up with one of our alumni who's now working in Melbourne. And we're talking about the 25th anniversary, and he's very excited to be back in October and join the celebration.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's great. How about you, Carol?
Well, I think that the excitement for us here at the campus is that besides the 25th anniversary here, but next year is quite a changing landscape, because the state government will be providing free tertiary education for all Sarawakians here in the field of STEMs and professional programs. So Swinburne Sarawak is one of the institutions that will benefit from this particular scheme and initiative. So it's quite exciting. And I think that people on the ground, there are many friends and as well have been asking us in regards to this opportunity. So it's a very significant and impactful opportunity for the people of Sarawak, and how Swinburne Sarawak can shape their future in the years to come.
Amazing opportunity that will be. And I think you're going to meet those numbers without a problem then.
So, we hope so. We hope so. Fingers
crossed.
we hope so. We don't dare to be so certain, but we definitely hope so.
Yeah, definitely. And so, Sim, I know we met in person when you were recently here at Hawthorne. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your visit and what you were able to achieve while you were here?
Yeah, I think when we visited, the main agenda is actually to look at a few things, including the new program development that we have in the area of foundation, that I think we had some discussion with Global, particularly Adam Baker. And also we look at some other areas, because we are expecting strong growth for Swinburne Sarawak in the next few years. So we have to ensure that our system and processes are able to catch up and support the growth. Hence, I think one of the main agenda is to look at the IT and system side of things, so that we are able to harmonize our system with Hawthorne, and of course learn from Hawthorne experience, because we are relatively very small compared to the operation in Hawthorne. So I think that's the main agenda. Of course, the greatest thing that you could achieve with such a visit is to reconnect with people. I think certainly having a very good time joining EIX in the planning and listening and connecting with colleagues and friends in Hawthorne.
Yeah, I know it was a very full-on schedule, and it seemed to be packed solid with catch-ups, like you said. So, and luckily the weather was kind of nice, because I saw some of those meetings happening outside of the SBS building under the sails, and so that was really lovely to have those types of conversations and reconnections in that environment as well, which was great.
Yeah, we informed that the weather was very nice to us. It was very nice weather that week when we were down there.
Yes, we try our hardest to put it on to be good hosts. The host with the most, yeah.
Carol, you've also been to Swinburne Hawthorne campus, haven't you?
Yes, I think over the years, a number of times I lost count. But my last trip was back in 2023 after post-COVID. So again, something as what Sim said, it was to reconnect back with people in Hawthorne, because I think that post-COVID, during COVID, there were significant changes in staffing across Melbourne. So that the main agenda for that trip was to reconnect back with people there. But I think that changes continue to happen. So we believe that, building relationships, staying engaged are crucial to continue to build on the good things that we have done.
Yeah, and it's so good to be able to do that using technology. Obviously, we can't always, fly backwards and forwards. And, as you said, things are always changing. I think the late lab building has opened since your last visit as well. And so that's been exciting on campus. And it's, students have really taken to that. And, the vibe that's near, quite near we are. Our floor here has been part of a bit of a refurbishment since you were here as well. And so, it's always continually changing. And I think that's one of the things people like about the university. Nothing stays the same for very long, but we do learn and change as we go. So,
that's very true. And also that constantly, I think last week, Leanne and Natasha Bradley, they were here.
Yes, the university librarian.
The library.
Correct. They were here, and so happened that our library door completed. We showed them the new refurbished library, because now it's more about informal learning space. It's not about physical books.
That's right.
So the role of library has changed significantly over the years as well. So again, we have, you're quite right, Nic, that the beauty about working for the university is that there is constant change, constant space transformation, and that's what we did for our library. And that, we received very good news last night that the fire department has finally given us the green light to open up the new refurbished space. So just in time for our open day this Saturday. So the team is scrambling to mobilize and operationalize this new space by this Saturday for our visitors and potential new students during the open day, and that we will officially open to all our students on Tuesday next week, because Monday is a public holiday in Kuching here.
Oh, long weekend.
Long weekend.
You get a little bit of a breather before the big things. Okay.
I can't believe I'm just about to say this, but that brings us to the end of this special episode. It's been a real pleasure, and we are so pleased to celebrate this milestone event with our Sarawak colleagues. What a great conversation. It's been really insightful and very inspiring. We want to thank you, Carol and Sim, so much for joining us today on the SPSN podcast and for learning more about the Sarawak campus. And to be honest, I'm ready to pack my bags and ask for a transfer to Malaysia. So would that be okay? You got room for me there in the library?
Definitely, because I think that, Sim, if I'm not wrong, we will have a new podcast room by the end of this year, yeah? We are building a new one.
Nice.
You probably need somebody to show you how it works.
Exactly. So Kristy and Nic, come on over.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much. It's lovely to meet
Kristy.
you.
Thank you so much. Lovely to meet all of you.
Thank you.
And thanks so much for listening, everyone. We hope you enjoyed this discussion today. And remember, you can listen to the Swinburne Professional Staff Podcast with Kristy and Nic on Apple Podcasts, Swinburne Commons YouTube channel, and of course via the Swinburne Commons site too. Feel free to contact us on Viva Engage. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, see you later. Thank you.
Bye for now.
Thank you.